The 80s are back. Oh, yes, I'm wearing my Alexa Bliss shirt because I can. So there's something interesting that's come out this week, and I feel like I want to do a little video about it, and it's not really something that I normally talk about on this channel, and I'm going to keep the politics out of it. No politics. Because there shouldn't be politics involved in this. This is really, really simple. This is just simple. Back in the 1980s, Tipper Gore, who I hated, as a teenager in the 80s, I learned to completely detest Tipper Gore because she wanted to make sure I couldn't listen to heavy metal music. She wanted to make sure that if something had an F word in it or something, I couldn't hear it because I wasn't old enough to hear that, and that even if my parents said it was okay, well, really that shouldn't be okay. I'm trying to remember the name. The Parental Commission. I had various names for Tipper Gore. They were the kind of names that she didn't want me to hear during music. Those were my names for her. Now I'm always labeled as a liberal and whatever. I'm labeled as a liberal, and I consider myself the slant liberal. And yet when I vote NDP. So I'm socialist. So I'm all over the place. Anyways, you know, I really, I find the idea that you're going to take a look at society's ills and say, no, what I think the problem is just them video games. It brings me back to the 80s. Holy crap. It was that heavy metal music. It's that Motley Crue. I tell you, that song Looks That Kill. That's what caused little Jimmy to go down and hold up the liquor store. She's got looks to kill. I'm going to go rob a liquor store. Yeah. Metallica. Yeah. Yeah, I know. James Hetfield always was talking about go, you know, commit violent acts. As a kid and then as an adult, and even now, if I have a rough day at work, I probably come home and I probably listen to heavy metal. I probably listen to something loud. Sometimes after a really rough week, I watch a horror movie so I can go, well, my week was better than that guy's. He's hung by his intestines. Man, at least I didn't know that happened to me this week. I feel better. I never once watched one of these movies and went, huh, I could make a Dexter room here. I loved the show Dexter, and then it turned into crap at the end of it. But it never made me think that going out and offing people was fun. You know, people who can separate reality from fantasy can separate reality from fantasy, and people who can't will find something that will get their brain going in that direction. I have watched a lot of violence, and the thing I always found funny in the 80s was they would talk about horror movies. Oh, they're evil, they're evil, they're evil. And then, like, you could go watch a movie about World War II where hundreds of guys are getting mowed down, and they'd be like, oh, well, yeah, that's historical. When in a horror movie, you might have 10 people get mowed down. The difference is, in a horror movie, you feel more for the people than you do with Storming the Beaches on Normandy. Unless it's Saving Private Ryan. That movie got it right. You know, when the guy gets dinged in the helmet, he takes off the helmet, and then he gets shot in the head. That is a moment that just, you know, you feel it, and you feel. But a lot of war movies, it's just, you know, like the John Wayne ones, it's just John Wayne's gonna take care of those Japanese and Germans all by himself. He'll just storm across Japan. He'll storm through China. He doesn't even care which side they're on because he's John Wayne, damn it. And he's gonna go right through Europe, and then he's gonna punch Hitler right in the face, and that's how John Wayne won the war. And along the way, there's a lot of bodies get dropped, and it's fine. Hollywood has been doing this for a long time. Now, the idea that they're going to start talking about video games, even though all studies are that kids that play violent video games do not necessarily become people who are violent in real life, because there's a difference. I can come home and play a lot of GTA. I can come home like, I'm in a bad mood. I think I'm going to, and I used to do this. I used to come home from my job when I was single. I'd come home and I'd be like, all right, I had a bad day. And I'd call down the hall, no, I had a bad day. I don't listen to anything coming out of this living room. And then I would play Grand Theft Auto for 2 hours, and I wouldn't play all the storyline crap, and I wouldn't play with other people online. I'd play alone online, and I would just blow stuff up and shoot people. And I would do that for hours. And then I was okay. At no point doing this did my brain say, you know what would be better? this video game where you don't have to worry about consequences. What if you don't in real life and ruined your entire life? You might get shot by a police officer, and maybe just maybe, you end up in jail forever. It never crossed my mind. Not once. So, and it makes me nervous only because, I don't play a lot of video games anymore. But I will defend the rights of people to play video games. And I like GTA. I don't want GTA 6 to feature or really tone down everything because they've decided, hey, video games are bad. Society, it's easy to blame Hollywood and it's easy to blame game developers. And it's something that does go back to the 80s. And it goes back to Marilyn Manson. Remember when Marilyn Manson and Rammstein were blamed for everything? Remember that? I do. It was all their fault. And I remember thinking, I listened to Rammstein and Marilyn Manson. I don't own a trench coat. This is ridiculous. I'm not violent. And yet I listen to all the same music. I watch the same movies. I play the same games. Maybe it's something else. But it's easy. It's easy to decide that video games are the problem. So, and the funny thing is, I'm Canadian. Whatever's going on with this debate doesn't affect me yet, but it could. It absolutely could. Because when you've got Canada being what we are compared to the States, and basically we are, we have 10% of the population of the U.S., and we rely on the U.S. for a lot of our goods, and a lot of our imports are from the States, and so if the States decides we're going to make video games like this and we're going to do movies and TV and all this like this, that means the content we get in Canada is going to be watered down. And I don't understand it. I don't get it. So I thought I'd just do a quick little bit here where I say it. To me, it feels like the 80s all over again. And bloody Tipper Gore. I'm surprised she wasn't at the meeting. I'm really surprised she wasn't at the meeting because, this is something Tipper Gore would be all over. Where are you, Tipper? Where are you? Remember, her hubby's a Democrat. His stupid, everybody's gonna die in 10 years movie. This is why we can't have nice conversations anymore, because everybody has to go to extremes. We can't just meet in the middle. You can't just meet in the middle and say, all right, can we agree that this is stupid? And the answer is, well, no, because he says it's stupid, so I can't agree with him. Oh, I can't agree with her. She says it's not stupid, so that makes it stupid because she says it's not. So stupid. The whole debate is weird. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Because to me, I don't think criticizing and punishing the gaming industry for a societal issue makes any bloody sense. Every kid plays video games. All of them. And they all watch movies and they all watch TV. And it's just, it's holy crap. I can't believe we're having this debate in 2018. Let me know your thoughts. Like and subscribe. I'll talk to you again later.